Hello, welcome to video lesson 4.5, converting measurement units. You're going to be referring to your math textbook packet on page 290, 291. Set up your Cornell notes, the title and note number, and you will need to have your book open to page 290. It'll look like this. So what are we learning today? We're learning how to convert things between different units. And units means like feet to inches, yards to feet, miles to feet. And this is useful in all sorts of real life situations, from cooking. Here you can see the cups, to ounces, to traveling, how many miles is in a feet, to if you're running track, or anything like that. So it's got a lot of uses in real life. So, and if you can understand this, you will be ahead of a lot of adults actually too. So here, I'm going to go through the steps and then give you at least two, maybe even three examples. So what you want to do is I'll just put little notes right here, little dots. That's what I'm talking about. Write the known measurement as a fraction. Look up the conversion ratio. That would be on the other page. Set up the ratio so that you can divide out the common units. Multiply the two ratios, and then simplify. You're probably lost already, but let's go through a few, and then we will definitely get you understanding this. So, example number one, and I'm going to do some of the problems on the bottom of page 290. I'm not going to go through it, the whole page step by step, but look at the letter A at the bottom of page 290. It says 36 yards equals how many feet? So, let's look at the steps. Write the known measurement as a fraction. So known means like, what do you know? Well, we know that we have 36 yards. So let's write 36 yards as a fraction. So it'd be over 1, right? Keep the units there. You're going to need them. Look up the conversion ratio. So you look at the units. We have yards and feet. You go to your chart and yards to feet. There's 1 yard for every 3 feet. Okay, 1 yard, 3 feet. Toggling back and forth. So we have the 1 and the 3. Make sure I'm using the same color. And set up the ratio. So I'm going to put that over here somewhere. So 1 or 3 feet equals 1 yard. So that's a ratio. 1 to 3, 3 to 1. You can have whatever number you want to on top. And that's the flexibility you need. Set up the ratio so that you can divide out the common units. It's kind of like the cross-simplifying thing that we've been doing. So I'm going to encourage you to do this. Put the known ratio down, 36 yards over 1, and then times, and put the units across from each other so you can cross cancel them. You'll see why in a minute. Then go back and look at the conversion rate and say, okay, how many yards? 1 yard is for 3 feet. All right, now we have a math problem I'm going to actually do. So we're crossing these out, yards, yards. That's what the divide out means. Oh, so we're on step 4, multiplying the two ratios. Now we get to divide that out, and then you multiply straight across. 36 times 3 feet equals 108 feet over 1. So anything over 1 is itself. So the answer is 108 feet. Don't worry if you're not getting it yet. We'll do a couple more. And you can pause that if you need to copy those notes. Example 2 is actually going to be letter B at the bottom of page 290. 3/4 of a ton, that's the T, equals how many pounds? If you don't know these abbreviations, you'll be getting used to them. LB is abbreviation for pound. So let's go back and look at our steps. Write the known measurement as a fraction. Well, hey, look, we know that we have 3/4 of a ton. Like what you have is what I mean by that. So that's already a fraction, so we don't need to do that. Step 2, look up the conversion ratio. So what are we working with? We're working with tons and pounds. Go back, tons and pounds. I look on here to see 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. It's about a large cow. My dad told me when I was a kid. How much is a ton? That's a big cow. Smaller cows are less than that. So we have on the side, right here. Here's our conversion ratio. 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. LPS. So we've looked up the conversion ratio. Now we're on step 3. Set up the ratio. Maybe I should have said set up the multiplication problem. That would probably be a better way to say that. Set up the multiplication problem so you can divide out the common units. So I'm going to go to green so you can see the new stuff. 3/4 of a ton equals, oh, not equals, times something with a ton on the bottom. And that is so I can divide out these tons here. So how many tons do we have? We have 1 ton, or what's the conversion ratio? It's 1 ton to 2,000 pounds. So you see how I could have put this tons on the top or the bottom, whatever way it's useful for me to cancel it out. And then I would put the 2,000 on the other side. So step 4, multiply the two ratios. 3/4 of a ton times this. So we can divide out those. And let's see, any cross simplifying or dividing out opportunities? 4 and 2,000. Yeah, 4 goes into 2,000. 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 2,000 500 times. Now we multiply straight across. 3 times 500 equals 1,500 pounds. And then that's 1 on the bottom. So it equals 1,500 pounds. And I did not give myself enough room. It's always good to check to see if is that reasonable. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So 1,500, 3/4 of a ton would be about 1,500. Yeah, it's because it's not going to be half. Half would be 1,000. A full ton would be 2,000 pounds. So that's how those work. If you look on the bottom of page 291, this will be our last example. Let's see if I can pull this down. Go like this. Example 3. This is going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. Same process. I'm not too worried about that at all. Let's go to a little different one, F, on the bottom of page 291. It says, let me pull this up a little bit so that I can write a little bit easier. 100 ounces equals how many pounds? All right, so following the steps are to write what you know as a fraction. So we know what we have. We have 100 ounces over 1, and we know we're going to be multiplying it. Step 2 says look at your conversion chart. Find out the conversion ratio. We're working with ounces and pounds. So go here, ounces and pounds, right there. Ounces and pounds. So 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. We go back. We'll write that off to the side. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Just have that information. So set up our multiplication problem where we can cross divide or divide out the ounces because there's ounces here. We want this on the bottom over here so we can divide them out. How many ounces? 16 to 1 pound. Okay, so then we work the multiplication problem, dividing out those ounces, 16 and 100. We can, let's see, oh, 4 goes into both of them. I had it as 2 before. So 4 goes into 16 4 times. 4 goes into 100, 25. Multiply straight across, 25 pounds over 4, which that's improper. So off to the side or in your head if you know how to do it. 4 goes into 25 6 times with 1 left over. And the bottom number stays the same. So it's 3/4 pound. So the answer is 6 3/4 pounds. So we'll be practicing this in class, and you'll be using this hopefully in real life. No pages are required, but you need to have notes that you can show me.